Welcome back to Thunderstone Advance. We're about to begin here. Turn one. So the first thing we do is we take our shuffled starter deck and we draw 6 cards. So top 6 cards, and we have a look at them. And I am going to be going to the village, of course, first turn because there are no monsters in the dungeon right now. And if we look, the gold value of the cards is shown here. So we have a total of 2, 3, we have a total of 5 gold that we can spend in the village. And so with my 5 gold, I think I am going to buy a flaming sword. And if we look here, you see the 5. This costs 5 gold to buy. When you buy something, it goes in your discard pile. So I'll just put the discard pile over here. And that very quickly ends our turn to the village. Now we could level up a hero if we had some experience points, which we don't have. But to show you that, so a hero in the bottom left-hand corner will tell you how many experience points it takes to level up. So this is a 0 level hero. We could level him up to any one of our 4 heroes that are level 1. All right, so that's very quickly turn 1. And at the end of the turn, if we do not defeat a monster in the dungeon, a monster comes out. So our first monster, which is going to come out into rank 4, is going to be a level 3 Merid Jin Freet. Wow, nasty. Has you need to do a total attack value of 10 or greater to defeat her, and immune to thieves. And the battle effect means it happens before you battle her. So it says gain 1 curse if you have no thief. Cancel all spoils abilities, and she will be handing out 2 experience points if you defeat her, and worth 6 victory points at the end of the game. So she's currently in rank 4 of the dungeon. In the darkness, I'm using the wilderness track. And like I said, I'm using the standard rules, which means at the end of every turn, a monster is going to come out into the wilderness dungeon hall unless I defeat a monster in the dungeon hall, and in that case I get a respite. This is going off the Worlds Collide rules for solitaire play. All right, let's go into turn 2. Of course, I pick up the next 6 cards in my hand, and we will take a look at them. Now the question is, can I go into the dungeon? Well, I would need 14 with no light to defeat the Merid. And as you can see, I have 1 regular, it gives me 1 attack. 2 attack if I attach a spear, 3 attack, 4, 5 attack, and draw 2 cards. But there's no way I would ever have enough light and or attack to take down the Merid. So I'm not going to bother. So again, I have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 gold once more. So with the 5 gold, to decide something else to buy. And I think I will get my first hero. I will get a Divine Healer level 1, costing 5 gold. As you can see, here's a strength of 4, physical attack +1. He is a village or dungeon ability, and it's destroy 1 disease to draw 1 card. So if I start getting diseases and he shows up in my hand, I can destroy a disease to draw a card. So that's pretty good. Most curses are diseases. I think all of them are. So that goes in my discard, that goes in the discard, and of course now another monster comes up. So this one gets pushed down the hall to rank 3, and the next creature to come out is a fire giant. It only has a defense of 5, level 2. It says Aftermath. That happens after the battle is over, whether we win or lose. It says destroy 1 hero with the lowest strength, and a trophy that once you defeat this creature and it's in your hand, the trophy would be add strength 3 to 1 hero. Again, if you defeat it, it's worth 1 experience, and if is worth 2 victory points. So we're going to put him in rank 4. I'm going to shuffle off screen so you don't have to watch that. So let me shuffle up my entire discard pile because I have no cards to draw right now, and we'll return for turn 3. All right, so I've shuffled all my discards and drawn 6 new cards, and let's have a look at them. So we have a torch, we have a couple regulars, another torch, a regular, and a spear, or a long spear. That's going to give me a possible total of 1, 2, 3, 4 attack with a couple of light and drawing a card, because the regulars say if you're equipped with a polearm, which the long spear is, you get to draw a card. However, the easiest thing to defeat in the dungeon is the fire giant. He's defense of 5 and he's at darkness 4, so we would need at least 7 attack to take him down. No, I'm not quite sure drawing 1 card is going to give us 7 attack. So I think we have pretty good gold value here. We have 6, 2, 4, 6. So I think we're going to go back to the village this time, and we're going to buy something for 6. And I think we're going to get, this is a pretty awesome card. It's an item, magic item, the Torn Gauntlet. It will give us a value of 3 gold as well if we go to the village. It costs 6, so we're able to spend that. And in the dungeon, it adds magic attack +2 and strength +2 to 1 hero. You may consider that hero to be equipped with a magic weapon. So I'm assuming you can't equip this and another weapon because you can only equip 1 weapon to 1 hero. So we're going to discard everything. And of course, at the end of the turn, if we did not defeat a monster, 1 comes out. So the Murid moves down to rank 2. Fire Giant goes down to rank 3. And we end up getting, wow, we're getting some tough things here right at the beginning. And Ifrit. He has a defense of 8. And he's immune to rangers and bow weapons. Okay, and battle is gain 1 curse if you have no ranger. All right, well, that's not too bad, but you can see we're going to start piling up curses here pretty quickly. So would be 2 experience to defeat him and worth 5 victory points. And so up he goes to rank 4 of the dungeon. Okay, let's turn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drawing 6 more cards and see if we're able to fight anything. Okay, well, let's have a look here. We have 1 regular, 2 regulars. We have the Flaming Sword and a long spear and 2 Thunderstone shards. So I think we might be okay, because if we take a look here, the regular strength is 3. To wield the Flaming Sword, you need a strength of 5. But if we look at the Thunderstone shard, in the dungeon, 1 hero gains strength 2. So this Thunderstone attached to 1 regular would make the regular a strength 5, able to wield the Flaming Sword. So that would be 4 attack, and then 5, 6 attack. 6 attack, and we have 1 light value. Is that going to be enough? And we get to draw 1 card. Boy, that's going to be tricky to do, because if we look, our best bet is the Fire Giant, but he is right now 8 because he's in 3 darkness. He would end up being 7. 7 with 1 light, and I think we have that, don't we? Or did we not? 4, 5, no, we have 6 and 1 light. So I'd need 1 more damage somehow to guarantee taking out the Fire Giant, or we would lose. But I think 1 more time we're going to go to the village, because we have 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 gold again. A pretty good amount of gold, and we're not guaranteed to take out the Fire Giant. So with 6 gold, I think, what are we going to get with 6 gold? Let's go ahead and we'll get a spell. And we're going to get the Rolling Sparks, cost 6 gold. Gives us 2 light, and we're in the dungeon, magic attack 2. So we're going to put that in our discard pile, of course, with the rest of our cards. And that's the end of turn 4, which, yes, the monsters keep marching towards the village from the wilderness. And we're supposed to be defending. And out we get, okay, at least a level 1 monster this time. A Life Drinker. And it is, it has a raid ability. And raid abilities happen the second they're revealed, which would be now. It says if there is an ambusher in the hall, lose 3 experience points and destroy 1 card with a light icon. Luckily for us, the ambusher would show up right across here with a little sword that says ambusher in it. We do not have any of those in our dungeon at the moment, so that raid ability is not going to take effect. All right, I'm going to shuffle up. We're going to do a couple of more turns, I think, and then we'll end the episode. All right, so I've reshuffled the cards again, and I've drawn 6 off the top of the shuffled deck. And this time we have our divine healer. We have a regular, a long spear, a regular, a torch, another regular. Okay, and I think we only have 4 gold to spend. I think we're going to try going into the dungeon. So we're going to have 1 attack from the divine healer. We're going to have 2 attack with the regular and the long spear. So that's 3, 4 attack, 5 attack, and 1 light. And we do get to draw a card because we have a long spear attached to a regular. So we're going to draw 1 card. And it's a torch. And I don't think we're able to take anything out. But let's take a look at our creatures. All right, so the Merid has a defense of 10. And we can only muster 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks. So that's no good. The Fire Giant actually has a defense of 5, and he's at -2 darkness. But we have 2 light, which is going to cancel the darkness penalty. And if we have 5 attack, we can take him out. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 attack and 2 light, which is enough to defeat the Fire Giant. As you can see here, 5. So what's going to happen is we're going to end up at the bottom here. We're going to get 1 experience point. And this is going to go into our discard pile. So we have defeated our first monster. All right, so this is all going to our discard. And we're going to get 1 experience point. So I'm just going to randomly reach in the bag here and pull out 1 experience token, and we get a blue one, which I believe can allow us to draw a card. And I'll leave my tokens here so we can see which ones I have. And we are going to get a respite, which means now that's the end of that turn. No monster is going to come out because I'm playing standard rules. So we get to draw our next 6 cards and get basically not a free turn, but a turn where the monsters don't move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, allowing us a little bit of a chance to win. All right, so 6 more cards. A Thunderstone Shard, a regular, another Thunderstone Shard, a Rolling Spark spell, a Long Spear, and a Tauren Gauntlet. Okay, well this is not bad. We have 2 light. And if we attach, we only have 1 hero though. We would have, let me just add up the attack. We'd have 2 magic attack. If the regular used the Tauren Gauntlet, he would have 1, 2, 3 attack. So that would be 5 attack. 5 attack, but there's nothing even with 2 light in the dungeon that we can defeat. So I think we're just going to take the gold value this time, and we're going to head to the village. So 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 gold this time to spend in the village, which is actually pretty decent. Now we could spend the blue experience point token to draw a card, but I think we're just going to spend our 7 gold in the village, and I think I'm going to actually buy a pattern mage augurer, human wizard, level 1, not very much strength, cost 7, which we have, magic attack +2, and in the village dungeon it says look at the top 2 cards of your deck, discard 1 of them, place the other on top of your deck. So she allows us to kind of rearrange our deck a little bit, which is not a bad ability to have. So that is going to be all going into the discard. I've done my 1 buy, and I should mention when you go to the village you can only buy 1 card. You cannot buy more than 1 unless you have an ability or a hero or something that says you can buy more than 1 card. And that now we do, because we did not defeat a monster that turn, so now the monsters are going to move again. So these 2 are going to be shifted down, and the last one to be revealed is a Stone Giant, and he has a defense of 6. And Aftermath, destroy 2 heroes with strength 4 or lower. And that now just reminds me that I think when we defeated the other, yes, when we defeated the Fire Giant, I totally forgot about the Aftermath, which was destroy 1 hero with the lowest strength, and that was a regular. So I am going to take a regular out of my cards, and he is destroyed. Now when you destroy a basic card, it goes back onto the playing surface. If you destroy something that's not basic, an item or a hero, it gets discarded from the game. But destroyed regulars, long spears, and torches would go back here. If they are destroyed from the board surface through an effect, then they get destroyed here. But if they're destroyed in your hand, they go back on the board. And that's just the 3 basic cards. All right, I'm going to leave it off there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time when we're going to continue the Solitaire playthrough of Thunderstone Advance, Worlds Collide, plus a bunch of other expansions. And of course, we're attempting to defend the village from the advancing monsters. So we are going to collect victory points in our hand throughout the game, in our deck. And victory points are going to move off the board here as monsters escape the wilderness and pillage the village. And those will be negative points. And the idea is we're going to have to try to have more points than negative points that come off the board. All right, join me next time for some more Thunderstone Advance.